For us, it's about adding value to this portfolio, and we believe that our strategies actually work.
Oh. Oh. Hey, you guys still there? Is anybody still there? I don't even know what happened. I'm having troubles. Is it working? Is it working? Hey, Julie, did I have an issue? Okay, RJ, I don't even know why. It said, and I was doing a lot of good talking. I think I probably said some of my best material. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Nora. Hello, RJ. Hello, Love in Midwest. Thank you all for coming back. What was it? Abe Lincoln at Gettysburg. The Gettysburg Address. I think the material I was just talking about. I can't repeat, Cindy. I can't repeat. Good morning from West Virginia. The stuff that comes out of my mouth is unique. It's not scripted. You know, I don't know what I'm saying at any given moment. I was talking about my socks. I was talking about positivity. Like I said, I think the material I was, hello, Shizzle, was saying today was the equivalent of Abe Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. I think it was my best stuff I've ever said. The only one that got to enjoy the content from this morning was Holly. But anyway, it was, RJ. That's the dangest thing. I got nothing left for you guys. I'm spent. You know, it was my best effort. I think I was talking about my socks, honestly. And I don't know if you can see them. You probably can't. I'm wearing my special socks. One says, I am awesome. You might be able to see them on the back. And it might be backwards for you, and I apologize. And the other says, I'm a great dad. And I don't know. They're socks that somebody bought me. Hello. Somebody bought me a couple of years, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago now. And I always enjoyed them. They're quality socks, and they're little positive sayings, and they come in various sayings for dads, moms, friends. And, you know, there's dog hair all over my house, and I can't worry about that. Yeah, no, they are fun. And again, I bought them for my Augie's and Eve's mom, and I think she enjoys them, saying you're an awesome mom or something like that. And if you guys are married or whatever, dating maybe a woman or a man with kids, I couldn't encourage you enough to go to, and if you need me to find the link, I'm sure I can find the link. I couldn't encourage you enough. $15, and they probably make the best gift, because I think we all want to be appreciated. Did you guys see the socks? Hello, Scott Concrete. I think we all want to be appreciated, and probably all a little bit feel underappreciated. And a simple thing like, they're on Amazon. Hello from Michigan. A simple thing like a pair of socks that say, you're awesome, you know, means so much, you know. I don't know if I literally get a smile on my face as I pick them out. But definitely they're socks I think about. Good morning, Shannon, when I put them on, you know. So if you have a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend that's a mom or dad, Hellraiser's cool too. I can't encourage you enough. They're $15. They make an awesome, awesome gift. And I'm still talking about this person that bought them. You're right. You're right. Chunk of change. I need somebody to do it. You're totally right. If I had the link to it here, you're right. That would make a commission, because that would be a great thing. And again, they're like $15. And I'm still think about this person that bought them for me 6-7 years ago fondly. I should, because, you know, she bought me these socks. And I guarantee it got me some brownie points with Augie's mom giving her those socks. And you can go on Amazon, and I should do it, post the link somehow and get paid for it somehow. But anyway, I don't worry. I probably need to worry about getting paid more because I am looking for work. But I don't worry about getting paid enough. I don't know. I feel it's kind of my mission to spread goodness and love and nice things. And even as a realtor, I think, everyone should put their client's best interest first. But I did it at the sake of not losing sales. I know there's times I could have nudged the buyer or seller over the edge if I wanted. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still going to just be me. So anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. This is a little show. Hold on. I started some time ago. It is a show about me talking, which I have just done for 7 minutes. And I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, a town of about 150,000 people. And I live in a tiny little 2-bedroom, 1-bath ranch here in Naperville. Yesterday, I did my show sitting outside. And it was an awesome show. It just felt good having a little change of scenery. The sun was shining. It was in the mid-30s. It was in the mid-30s. But it was a beautiful day and the sun was shining, and it gave me a chance to sit outside and just kind of enjoy the morning. But today is kind of gray and cloudy. Pardon my dirty window, but it's kind of a gray, cloudy day here in Naperville. I'm glad I'm not the only one without curtains in the living room. Vitamin D. I have blinds in my living room, just for the record. This is a rental. I'm separated from my wife. I lived here 6 or 7 months. I'm on every day at 8 o'clock. If I miss a day, I might miss a day. Yeah, you did get to see the garbage truck. Garbage day is on Monday. Oh, yesterday. But yesterday was Tuesday. I still don't know why. And I'm still waiting a check from Mr. Groot. Whoever Mr. Groot might be. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know. This is a show about me talking. My dog Holly's sitting by the back door. Once a week. It's a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I've got about, according to Mr. Coffee, 4 cups of coffee left, which I don't buy, in the bottom of my pot that I made at about 6:15 this morning. Oh, and I'm so excited, RJ asked. It's a new brand. Not a new brand, it's still Starbucks brand, but it's a new flavor. I don't know if you can see, it's the Starbucks gingerbread. Hey, this is another thing. I could be making huge money because I do bring out my products. But it's anyway, the Starbucks gingerbread. I was going through the store yesterday, walking through the coffee aisle, and I like good deals a whole heck of a lot. I don't know how one wouldn't. If you're going in to buy a $10 bag of coffee and you see a perfectly fun bag of coffee for $5, it's almost like you made $5. And that's what happened. So I felt like I actually earned $5 by buying this gingerbread coffee. And anyway, I'm going to go back into the living room. I'm going to let Holly out real quickly because she's sitting there looking kind of blue. There's no reason for her to be blue. Hey, the Wild Man, thank you so much for joining. Hello from the Philippines. I do fairly well in the Philippines. Do they still have the holiday blend? I'm not even familiar with the holiday blend, Jack Taylor. Maybe they do. Oh, thank you, Julie Flanagan. I have a meeting today at 9:50. And hold on, before I talk too much, let me take, I'm really bummed about the start of my video going blank. Wonder what happened. My cable never went out. I wonder why my internet died. Anyway, I have a nice hot cup of coffee of, as you know, Wild Man Phillip. I'm frightened. to have a wild man named Philip joining me. But Philip, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. If you hate this show, it's not my fault because I'm just being me. If you hate this show, it's Cindy's fault because she recommended this show to you. Hey, the wild man followed the host. Whatever expensive. I do not know what you mean. But anyway, before I talk any longer, let me have a sip of this coffee because it's been about an hour since I had my coffee. And I'm looking forward to having a sip of this gingerbread coffee right now. So cheers to us. I'll tell you what. It's nice having a little variety. And again, there was a time I was actually bummed about all the variety. Because along with the fact that I don't know why orange juice is expensive. Why is orange juice expensive? I don't know. It kind of seems like it should be. Orange's life cycle isn't too long. Bananas, by the way, bananas. Augie and I love bananas. I mean, to say I love bananas might be overstating my feelings. Good morning, Haley. Might be overstating my feeling on bananas. But those bad boys will go from too green to eat to brown and kind of gross within like 4 days. You know what I mean? In the factory, yeah. The fruit factory. They should have a factory that makes fruit. Somebody asked about Holly a little bit ago. She's doing great. I just let her out back. We just got back from, it's funny, about a mile walk around. It would have been further, to be honest, but we got started a little late today. Yeah, chunk of change. I was talking to my wife yesterday. Wait. Chunk of change, was that you? Chunk of change, are you my wife? Because my wife was saying the exact same thing. And again, I'm going through a divorce, but she's still my wife. So just to not complicate things, I swear she and I had that conversation yesterday, chunk of change. My wife, who orders groceries, I believe, on Amazon, was ordering. She actually deleted tortillas from her order because they were $6. And she goes, they're just flour and water. You know, that's so unusual. Are you? Yeah, but I'm wondering if chunk of change is my wife. Or I don't know. I feel I had that conversation yesterday. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's reasons, wild man. Can I call you Phil? I prefer wild man. The potassium, my mother always really endorsed bananas, and we were a family of runners. And my mother passed, oh my God, I missed it the other day. Not the other, she didn't pass the other day. She passed the other day 3-4 years ago. And after about a 10-year deal with Alzheimer's, and I don't want to make the subject about my mother passing, so we'll move on. But my mother used to talk about bananas a lot and tell me bananas were good for runners because they have potassium in it. And apparently she believed for some reason the potassium was good for runners. It may or it may not be. I do not know. I'm going with wild man. And first of all, RJ, you're a moderator. That's such a grotesque suggestion. I would almost block you or mute you for that yucky suggestion about peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Are you serious? Okay, and thank you for following. Are you serious? Are you serious? Wait, so people love pickles and peanut butter? Are you serious, Cindy? Well, pickles on your cream cheese bagel. Hello, Swordfish. Really? Really? How have I never even heard of this? How have I never even heard of this? It seems to me like vinegary pickles would kind of like melt, or there'd be some grotesque chemical. Really? Wow. No, I don't have any pickles. I don't have any peanut butter. I don't even like peanut butter that much, although I do like peanut butter cups. That's what I heard, Tara. That's what I heard. And I've done a video on leg cramps. They can be vicious. Oh, really? Wow, that's so weird. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. We have one sane viewer, Julie Flanagan. Hey, to you. I've never heard of it. And you guys are making me seem like I'm weird for not having pickle and peanut butter sandwiches. Pickles and peanut butter with Ken. You might see Ken going into what is called anaphylactic shock. I don't even know what that means, but I wanted to impress you with my word usage. Do you watch The Office? No, nor I don't. I know I got that it was an Office reference yesterday. Welcome to our crazy morning coffee family. Hey, this is so fun. Everyone seems so happy today. And let's keep it happy. First of all, I want to thank the moderators that are on this page for doing a dang good job and not getting paid a penny for it. That care enough about whatever Coffee with Ken is to try and keep this a fun and safe environment where we can all have a good time. I'd encourage the moderators that some of these regulars here feel they very much know me and some of the other regulars, and they might say something that sounds lewd on the, might sound lewd if you didn't know them. But once you get to know them, just for instance, RJ's my man, and RJ's my man, and he muted somebody for asking me, and I'm only picking on RJ because RJ can handle it and knows, but somebody asked, how do I get my head so shiny, for instance? And, hey, did Captain Kenny come and go? But anyway, that's perfectly acceptable. Things like that are perfectly acceptable. I just had to get some moderators about a week back because my page was getting infested with trolls. So, thank you. You can make me a... Phil, that's awfully forward of you. We just met. The wild man wants to be a moderator. Oh, hey, Captain Kenny. I love you, Captain Kenny. Somewhere, Captain Kenny is my man. And he's gone the full cycle with me from going, who the hell is this dude? You're right, Jack Taylor. Oh, well, thank you. I forget your name. I said something to you today. Are you from Britain? Person with the redness in your thing? I have an appointment at 8:50. And, I was out walking Holly. And we go for a really nice walk every day. And somebody asked how Holly's doing. She's doing great. She's out back because she was bored. Excuse me. And anyway, we're out walking. And it was about, 7:30 my time, which means I need to go live in half an hour. And I hadn't showered yet, and I have an appointment at 9:50 today that I got to be at, so I got to leave my home by like 9:20, I'd say. So anyway, my mind was working through all the time and calculations because my mind works too often, and Holly sheds a lot. My mind was working through all the calculations on when I need to leave, how long my shower was going to take, how long the rest of our walk was going to take. And Holly and I have such a good time on our walk that I feel if I don't take her for about 2 miles every morning, that she's being neglected. And I was dealing with the guilt. And I'd already gone for a decent walk, and it was like 7:30, whatever. And I had to be doing this within half an hour. And I looked at her and go, Holly, you'll be okay with just a 1 mile walk today. And she'd already pooped twice. So I'm still working through I'm an okay dog day. We all do our best. When I saw your button shirt, I figured you had a job interview. No, it's not a job interview, but it is definitely a meeting. I'd say, and I went into, did I talk about it the other day? I might have talked about it the other day. Kind of the most excited and best fit for me and my skill set, I'd say, that I've walked into so far was my Audi dealership. And And again, I met with the manager, and I don't know if anything will come from it, but I don't know. It seems like the skill set, my skill set, and again, I told the guy I'd do anything. I'd wash cars. But I think my skill set would match the place. I, too, also love that brand of car. I think it's kind of cool, kind of classy, kind of a little more understated than maybe, I don't know, Mercedes. But I kind of like German cars. Let me drink a little more coffee. Oh, so good. So good. I actually do kitty card stock. And I'll tell you what. Okay. And people think, oh, that's a super expensive car. I do, Katie. And I never talk about it. Because, again, people think it's super expensive. And by the way, I don't have a lot of money right now. As a matter of fact, I almost have none. Yeah, thank you, Computer Machine Music. I do. I think I do. I think that's kind of the problem for me. Like, I'll give those vibes and I'll walk into like Menards and want to apply. And the guy's going, wait, what are you talking about? But anyway, I used to have a lot of money, and I used to have some nice cars, and I've just had a Porsche, I've had a Mercedes, I've had, what was my first car? My very first car was a Nissan 240 SX. So I've had a lot of nice cars before. I never owned a BMW. And I always used to buy them new. And when I was young and making a ton of money, I thought it was just kind of fun. Like every 2 years, you get a new car. And boy, that's a stupid investment move. Let me tell you. Good morning, relax. And I never bought a used car because I always loved the new car smell and the new car shopping experience. And I don't know, was it in 2019, I bought an Audi. But I bought a 3-year-old Audi. And I cannot tell you how pleased I am with this car. It still looks brand new. I mean, not totally brand new. If you got up close, there's little nicks and cuts. It's got like 78,000 miles on it now, and I think I bought it with like 32,000 miles. And the sticker on the car, and I know this has changed since 2018 or 2019 when I've ever bought it, the sticker on the car was like half the price of the new car at that time. So I bought a 3-year-old car, and it's an Audi A6, and I'm not saying I'm cool. I'm admitting I'm broke. Nobody yell at me. I'm not bragging. I'm just talking. And I've had fancy, nice new cars, by the way. Was half the price of a new car. And it just blows me away. And it still runs perfect. Its stereo works perfect. It runs smooth. It looks beautiful. And now it's a 6-7-year-old car. So I don't know what my point is, other than that's my story. So I'm driving around a fancier car than my current economic situation would require or would indicate, because I bought it used. Does that make sense? So how are you guys doing? What time is it? It's 8:25. Remind me, I cannot talk for more than, half an hour more. Yeah, kitty cardstock. I couldn't believe it. Julie Flanagan on scooter today. No, RJ, it's kind of too chilly for a scooter today. Kitty cardstock. Again, I'm going through a divorce. My wife and I, we're looking for a car for her because we have lots of children, to be honest with you. We have lots of kids. And we were looking at what was it? But it was like a 7 or 8 seating capacity SUV. And we found one we really liked. And it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. We sat down with the dealer. And again, I started talking at the beginning of it, how I like good deals. No, it wasn't a Suburban. not a Kia Telluride. It wasn't the Telluride, but it's similar to the Telluride. Does anybody know? It wasn't a Kia, and it was a brand I barely know, but it's a brand that does pretty well and is up and coming and growing quickly. You guys are talking about the weather. It makes you think you don't even care about my story. But anyway, the sticker on it was 45, and we sat down, and I was thinking, let's start at 40. I know cars are selling kind of quick. Palisade, Dave. It was a Palisade. Okay, thank you for joining today, Shannon. And Dave, I've driven nice cars. I thought the Palisade was beautiful. We test drove some different ones that, a few different varieties of cars. We drove a Volkswagen. We drove the Honda, whatever it was called at the time. But the Palisade felt like a luxury car. I kid you not. And we ended up, you guys get on. You talk so kindly of everything. Things seem good lady. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about that. Let me finish my car story. We ended up, we were sitting down, and it was a beautiful, beautiful car. The Hyundai, and I'm kind of a snob. I'm kind of a brand snob. Thank you, Relax. Hope you follow the page. I'm kind of a brand snob. I mean, I drive an Audi, whatever. Bye, Shannon. And, but anyway, it was a beautiful car. I was blown away, and the inside felt fancy and nice, and we're going, wow, this is awesome. And, but anyway, I sat down with the guy and said, the sticker was like 45 or whatever, and he started at 50. And I'm going, 50? What do you mean? Sticker says 45. I told him, hey, I wanted to start at 40. And he wouldn't go lower than like 48, and that just didn't seem, I don't know, at the time, I was 51 years old. I'd never paid over sticker for a car. And now, due to supply chain issues or whatever issues, cars, don't be sorry, Nora, it's okay. I do not know what a masher is. It's okay. No, I was talking about her. I still love my wife. We just, had... I still love my wife. We just, had... Are you guys there? Why is this not working? Are you guys there? Okay, hey RJ, and hey anybody that's still there. I apologize for the connection issues. My alarm went off on my phone. Okay, I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm on Wi-Fi. And again, the cable's working, so I don't think my internet should be any issue. I think the problem was my alarm went off on my phone. And I had set my alarm for whatever time it is, 8:30 today, because again, I got my meeting today. And I think it went off. And I think it screws with the connection. And again, it happens occasionally. I try and remember to turn on the do not disturb, but if I get a phone call, happy Wednesday, Jake. Thank you for joining. All right, well, welcome back. I hope you get, we were talking cars, but we probably talked that enough. And we're talking about my wife, but maybe God came in and lost the connection on purpose. I was going to pour my heart out to you. Say, I still love my wife. How are stocks looking? Stocks are opening up. And it's kind of funny. I started doing this about, 3 months ago. Maybe longer. It was during the Olympic trials, or the Olympics. And I went live outside of my front stoop. It was during the Olympics. And I did a quick live about how I was excited about various track events that were going to be taking that place. It might have been the World Championships or the Olympics, a few months ago, for track. And I'm a big track fan. I like watching them. And I thought it was a really good live podcast or broadcast. Always time to get more coffee. I thought it was really good. And I felt like a sportscaster. And I go, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I was just talking about track. And the next day I said, hey, I'm going to go live and do a show every morning, like a pre-market talk show. And I did that for about 4 days or maybe a week and a half. I don't even remember. And I started to want to talk about more than just the market because, I don't know, I'd say the same thing every day. The market's up 50. Who cares? I think there's more interesting things out there than the stock market. Although I have lots of thoughts on the stock market. And remember, I have to leave here pretty soon, so you can't get me talking too much. But I'll keep talking if you guys want to keep listening. I think the world's run by salesmen. And I don't think the CEOs, the President of the United States, and I'm not talking about this president, I'm just talking about presidents of the United States, and politicians, and all those things are really just salesmen. I would leave the stock market alone and not change anything. Yeah, sales do drive the economy, but I was listening to these guys that were talking today, and honestly, I couldn't help but thinking they were full of poop and have no clue. But they're very good at talking. And maybe that's my thing too. I'm good at talking, but I might be just full of poop. Because these guys were talking and sounding like experts because they could use fancy words and were fairly eloquent and seemed well-read, but they don't have a clue. And this is going to get me in trouble. Can I talk about something that gets me in trouble? Yeah, McDonald's stock probably is good. Wells Fargo. It might get me in trouble, but it shouldn't get me in trouble. I should be able to talk about some things. Wells Fargo, I saw come across, and they said they're cutting back their mortgage business. They're shaving back their mortgage business. And I was in real estate for 17 years, and never loved it. And I was talking to my first wife yesterday, and she knows that I'm looking for a job and was honestly, and asking about how I'm doing. And I told her where I had interviewed with earlier in the week, and I said, I never really believed in myself as a realtor. And maybe that's why I didn't do awesome. Because I was talking about Audis earlier. I love my coffee. I love TikTok. I'm very good at selling things I truly believe in. And but if I don't believe in them, I don't think I can do it. Thank you, Phil. And I don't think I can do it. I can't sell something I don't believe in. And I'm not sure I ever really believed in myself as a realtor. And I think that's kind of why I struggled at the core. But anyway, Wells Fargo came out today and said they're cutting back on their mortgage business because real estate sales are down, 45% from where they were a year ago. And I get it. It's fun gambling. The stock market's gambling. I used to do a lot of it. But anyway, Wells Fargo's came out today. Is anyone here old enough to remember what predatory lending is? Do you guys know what predatory lending is? Never heard of it till like 2009. But it became a very hip term in 2009. Okay, you guys know. Okay. Do you guys remember what it is? Okay. It was when all the mortgage companies would sell their mortgages at either higher interest rates or to unqualified buyers. Oftentimes, many were minority people or people that didn't have jobs or whatever. And high likelihood of default, exactly. And I saw today that Wells Fargo is going to focus on current customers. I shouldn't even say it. I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah, I actually worked for Lehman Brothers at one point, by the way. That was my first job out of college. I also worked for Bear Stearns. They said they're going to focus their business on minority customers. Wells Fargo is going to focus their mortgage business on minority customers. And it sounds nice because I want everybody to have a home. I think everyone should have a home, and I don't care what color your skin is. But it just seems so reminiscent of what happened in 2005 and 6 and 7 that it scares me. It scares me. Yeah, it scares me. It just seemed exactly what happened. Yeah, it scares me. It just seemed exactly what happened. Seemed exactly what happened. You guys back? Okay. Yeah, no, and again, I love every person. I love everybody. But just to focus your business on a certain niche like that, because society has done whatever it's done over the last 3 years, seems, things do come in circles. Things do come in circles. Hello, RJ. My alarm went off again. And I would love everyone to own a home. But when you're targeting your business towards that sort of niche, I just don't understand. As a realtor, I could never say I'm targeting this business. I could never say that. I would have lost my license. Does that make sense to you guys? I could never say this is what I'm targeting. No, and I hope it works out. I hope all those customers get great homes and live in them and have families and go to school and improve their lives. But I just see that come across the tape. And I go, I would have lost my license if I said that. If I picked a demographic to work with based on something like that. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And again, but I could never do it. Radio stations do it as do move. Do they say they're going to target a certain thing? But in the mortgage business, okay, I appreciate that. And it's an interesting conversation. We have fair housing laws in the real estate business. And we're made to take ethics tests every 2 years. And I know I can't say I want to work in a certain demographic. Yeah, but I know as a realtor. Thank you, Ty. I know as a realtor, I can't say I want to target a demographic based on anything, really. Hey, Jack, thank you so much for joining. So it kind of surprised me that they came out and said they want to target a certain niche based on on anything. And again, it just reminds me of predatory lending. And as people say, things go in cycles. Bell bottoms are in 1 year and then they're out the next. Similar to redlining. Wow, you know a lot. I don't even know. But I just kind of wanted to share because I could never say that. As a realtor, I think I'd lose my license if I wanted to say that. Yeah, Wells Fargo came across CNBC and said they want to, focus on, it just seems weird. And again, it just reminds me of predatory lending back in the early 2000s when certain demographics were targeted for loans without regards to their ability to repay those loans. And then they ended up getting foreclosed on and losing their homes and being in trouble. Okay, Ty. Yeah. Wait, no one could get approved? Well, maybe, Leela. I won't be late. I appreciate it. Okay, Leela, I can tell you're woke by that thing. Focusing on equity does not seem like targeting. I'll tell you, if you're focusing on equity, focusing on equity just seems like a politically correct way to phrase targeting. Right? Leela, I get what you're saying, and what you say sounds like focusing on equity sounds like a politically correct way to say targeting. focusing on equity, and I'll say it again, Leela, I'll say it, focusing on equity sounds like a politically correct, schmarmy-marmy way to say targeting. I mean, I don't know how you'd see it any other way. Okay, Leela, I read that. Would diversify lending for people with less money. Again, I'd say it sounds like it's, I just tell you. All right, RJ, thank you. You know, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I believe they want to shrink their mortgage business. But I personally don't think Wells Fargo cares anything about anybody's, I think it's just some PC way to do it. They don't care about anybody's skin color or status or gender or whatever, They don't care about what flag's flying in front of their house. They just care about the bottom line. And if they, I don't know. I think they're just trying to roll with this. Yeah, but Leela, Leela, I think you're not even disagreeing out to me. More people owning homes would boost the economy. I mean, I like the idea of boosting the economy, but we need to be honest about this. This was the same argument. How old are you, Leela? That was being said in 2000 to 2008, before the home market exploded and before the phrase predatory lending ever happened. I don't even think you're disagreeing. I think you're just uncomfortable because I'm really pushing about that. You must know it's true. Yeah, I mean, I would love everyone to own a home. It seems great. I'd like to own a home. Heck, I'd love to own a home. But I believe, you look up predatory lending. I'm not, it rolled across CNBC. And I don't know how you know that already. I don't know how you know that. I didn't see their article. Their released article says. Leo, how have you done that? Well, their motive is to make money. I wish they'd just be honest about it. Their motive is to make money and to make Leela think that they're a good, caring company that's fighting for the little guy. I didn't see the article. I saw it roll across CNBC today. I didn't see the article. I don't even know what article you're talking about. But it came across this ticker on CNBC. Yeah, and I get profitability. I think, that's what I think is cool, and people might hate me for this, but tough poop, it's my show. I think that's what's cool about capitalism. Capitalism doesn't care what skin color you are. What time is it? How long can I talk? I have to leave here in 15 minutes, so I can only talk about 5 more minutes. I think that's what's cool about capitalism. It doesn't care about skin color. Okay. Well, capitalism and equity are two different things, I'd say, because equity, what's the definition of equity? Helping certain people out that you feel have been mistreated, which sounds noble. And believe me, I like nobility. I like the idea. I like the concept of helping people that need help. Yeah, but Katie, I think I'd get run out. I appreciate you saying that. I think in this society, what's scary about this society is we can't even have discussions like this. Like, I was scared even to bring it up. You know what I mean? And I think if you can't have some discussions that need having, you're going to be screwed. You're going to be screwed. You just had to work at a specific place. Well, true, perhaps. But I don't want it. I love everybody. I could care less what, I really do. I have a little bit of hate in my heart, but it's certainly not based on, I'm working it out. I'm trying to work it out. Trying to get rid of it. But, I don't you know, these are my thoughts. So anyway, okay, Leela, maybe we can agree to disagree, but I think it's the quality of being fair and impartial. See, I don't believe that's the definition that's being used, because they're saying a specific demographic. And if you're, I guess I don't understand how you would say that it is not focusing on equity, I think is a politically correct way to say targeting. I do. And you're going to have a hard time convincing me otherwise. And I'm not against the concept of helping anybody out and doing, well, I'm telling you, it rolled across CNBC, and that's where the base for my discussion is. Yeah. Well, for some reason, CNBC rolled it by, and they're not even that different of words, Leila. They're not even that different of words. I think you might be afraid to say that they're very similar words, but I don't think they're that different of words. Maybe the Webster Dictionary definition of the words is different, but in this world, see, again, you can Google the definitions, but again, come on. Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, and I don't mind. I would, believe me, I fret. I saw a video here on TikTok about what goes on in Chicago public schools. I hate it. I wish, everybody lived in a better position and everyone had more money and everyone had equal opportunities and everyone had great school systems. I really do. Yeah. Good morning, Janie. I like Mr. Starbucks. That's not a bad thing. But anyway, it is 8:50. Did you guys enjoy today's talk? Did it go too long? I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk. I know I did. I finished about, oh, well, thank you, Kitty Cardstock. You're sweet. Wait, yes and no. Oh, it's nothing particular about Chicago schools, but there was just, I don't know. I don't even want to get into Chicago schools. Okay, well, awesome. I got to go. Tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Watch my videos. Follow my page. Oh, okay, thank you, Nora. I thought it was, you didn't like, I would love to be able to talk about such topics. I think the world would be a better place if we could have open and honest discussions that are based on stuff, and this goes around. Well, yeah, but again, oh, thank you about the Bruce Willis. I love Bruce Willis. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And Leila, I hope we're still friends. We might disagree, but that wouldn't shock me. A lot of people disagree with me. If nobody disagreed with me, I might be king. Yeah. Well, Leila and I aren't great friends just yet. But I so appreciate you guys. I really do. I gotta be somewhere in about an hour. I so thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the talk. I know I did. I apologize for any internet issues. It seemed like everything went well as far as the moderators. And I don't know. I hope we're feeling good. I hope we're excited about the day. I hope we're looking forward to, next minute of our lives and enjoying the moment. And I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.